Everybody, and welcome back to ESO Daily. I am your host, Mr. Raven. Alright, so I've already done majority of the tanks. Tomorrow I'm going to do the updated build for the Unyielding Brute. But with this video, I'm going to introduce you to my new Templar tank for Summerset, and this is called Shelled. This is a Templar tank, and I will be honest with you guys, Templar tanks are insanely awesome in Elder Scrolls Online. They have so many different directions in which they can go. They have mitigation, they have block reduction, they have self-sustaining heals, they have group utility. The Templar is a very good class, but when you put the Templar into a tank role, it really is noticeable what it offers. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce you guys to my new Templar tank build for the upcoming Summerset chapter. I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the character sheet here. Okay, this is a sword and board Destro build. I'm going with a lot of Destro because of resource management, so that's not going to change with the Templar tank. Plus, we added a nice little extra perk with that. So this is on the sword and board side, you'll see max health at 40, the nice 40,087, Magicka 21,000 in 27, stamina 22, and health recovery nice 1,557. I did not go vampire with this build, and with the Templar tank with this build you don't want to go vampirism. I am a Nord, you can go with any race, but I really wanted to go Nord with this build. You know, I'm get tired of the same races, so Orc. This is Orc. I'm sorry, an Orc. I went Orc with this build. So if you want to go Nord, you can. If you want to go Orc, you can. You want to go Imperial, you can go any race. This build is flexible for that. But I don't want to go Vampirism. It's the only thing I don't want to do. All right, so you'll also see my spell resistance and my physical resistance at 22 and 24. Spell can't be helped due to the passives. So I really can't, it's a little bit higher than what I wanted it to, and this is prior to my buff. So just keep that in mind. To the left, you're going to see Magicka allocated at 12. Health at 44, stamina at 8. We're using the Twice-Born Star set. Yes, I did not stutter. I know. I'm using Twice-Born Star set. Why? Because I'm going to use the Steed for extra health recovery, and I'm going to use the Lord for what? Increased health. With that being said, I'm also going to use the triple max stat food. All right? So let's go ahead and get to the Destro. Now, on the Destro side, you're going to go ahead and see the only change is my max Magicka goes higher than my stamina. Why? And my health recovery goes up. Why do I want my Magicka higher on the Destro? Resource management. So when someone throws a shard, if I need stamina, I pick it up on the shield side. If I need Magicka, I go to the Destro side and I pick it up. Now I get Magicka. Just a nice way to recover, but you also see my resistance slightly drops to 23 and 21. Okay, keep that also in mind. All right, let's go into the sets here. Okay, once again, Twice-Born Star. I'm going with Twice-Born Star. I'm going with the Ebon set. And I'm going with Lord Wardens. Okay, so let's go down piece by piece. Destro, Frost Staff. Twice-Born Star, charge. I want the charge trait on this. Very important with this build. So I want the charge, and I'm going with the Weakening Enchantment. I'm also going to go with the Hammer of Twice-Born Star infused with Crushers. I'm also going to use the Shield of Twice-Born Star infused max stamina. Now, I want, excuse me, a 5-1-1. So I want 5 heavy, 1 medium, and 1 light to maintain the Undaunted passive of 6%. Very important. So with that being said, my head is going to be the Lord Warden's set, multi-effect enchantment infused. What does the Lord Warden set do? You get this in Vet ICP. It's going to give me spell resistance. It's going to give me physical resistance. But when I take damage, I have a 50% chance to summon a Shadow Orb for 10 seconds. That increases the physical and spell resistance of me and my allies within 8 meters by an additional 3,870. That can happen every 10 seconds. So basically, essentially, it's without a cooldown effect. You can keep it up 100% of the time. Really, really nice. All right, Curse of Twice-Born Star, Infuse, Multi-Effect Enchantment. Once again, Twice-Born Star is really, really great with this build because it gives us health, gives us stamina, and gives us Magicka, and allows us to utilize both of those boons. Even though we're not going Divine, we don't need all Divine with this build. We don't. We just want a little extra health, and we want that health recovery. All right? Really nice. Also, we're going to go with Lord Warden's Dusk Arm. Keep in mind, this is medium. That's 30 Magicka glyphed. Okay? We're going to go with Sash of Twiceborn Star, Sturdy, Max Magicka. That's light. We're also going Ebon Gauntlets. We're going to use one piece of Divine to get us over that 40k. Why? Because our shielding system scales max health. So that's why I really like that 40k marker. Really comes in handy. All right. Plus, Ebon's great because it offers additional health to up to 11 other group members. Greaves of Twiceborn Star, multi-effect enchantment, infused, ideal. Ebon's Sabatons, sturdy, max health, ideal. Now, jewelry. We're going to go one infused, health recovery. Okay? I'm going to use the Triune with the block reduction. And then I'm going to also put another infused health recovery. So 2 infused health recoveries and 1 Triune. The health recovery is great because a lot of people overlook health recovery. Health recovery on the staff side, I'm getting 1,660 health per second. So every second I'm recuperating 1,600 health. That's really good for a tank, right? Having health recovery is not bad for a tank. Think of it as a heal without using a healing effect, okay? It's pretty much the way you want to take a look at it. All right, so we went over the sets. Now let's go over the abilities. Okay, main bar, sword and board. We have Pierce Armor, no surprise, major fracture, major breach, and taunt. Elemental weapon, I've been using this on every build. Why? Because the Sigil Order skill passives. So when I come over to this, we'll take a look at Concentrated Barrier. While I have a Sigil Order ability slotted in our blocking, I gain a damage shield that absorbs 5,800 damage, right? That's pretty significant, but here's the deal. It has to be slotted, so I want to utilize that. But why this ability? Why Elemental Weapon Expert? Because I can apply a status effect. I have a chance to apply status effect. Burning, Concuss, or Chilled. When I apply Concuss, that increases my DPS's damage. All right? So, also, Spike Bone Shield. I'm going to use this. Why? Because it's going to go ahead and absorb 34% of my max health. And it's going to return 37% of any direct damage back to the enemy. That's huge. Plus, it's offering a synergy to my party members that gives them a damage shield, which absorbs 116% of their max health. Okay, Heroic Slash, pretty standard, because why? The minor maim. We want to reduce the damage that our targets are dealing. Plus, we're getting that ultimate every 1.5 seconds. Restoring Focus. Okay, this is really big because this is our buff. It's going to give us our major resolve and our major ward, increasing our physical and spell resistance. Also, it's going to give us minor vitality and minor protection, right? Really, really nice. That reduces and increases. So when I drop this and I look into the character sheet, now I'm at 28. I'm at 30. Keep in mind, Lord Warden proc. That's going to give me an extra 4. So now it's going to push me up to the 31 in the physical, and I'll be slightly over on the spell. But really, really good. All right, so coming over, also, you'll notice that I have Empowering Sweeps. When I go to the Adderek Spear's abilities or passives, Spear Wall, when I have an Adderek Spear ability slotted, I increase the amount of damage I block from melee attacks by 15%. Keep in mind, I'm a tank, so I want that extra block reduction, right? So I have to have an Adderek Spear ability slotted. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and slot it right here, right? With that being said, I'll put Sun Shield, being it an Adderek Spear ability, on the back bar, because now we can stack our shield effects. On the back bar, we are using the Inner Rage, a range taunt, and a synergy. We're going to use the Blockade of Frost. That's why you want to charge staff. Now, bosses will be immune to the status effect, but adds won't be. So it's a CC effect that's going to reduce their movement speed and have a chance to apply the chilled status effect. That's why we're going to go ahead and utilize this for a nice CC effect. Once again, Radiant Aura is going to be 34% of our max health. Nearby enemies take 1,299 magic damage when the shield is activated. So it has an AoE effect. So, but once again, max health, scaling. We got to be aware. Now keep in mind also when we're on the Frost Staff, that magic is our block cost. And shield, stamina is our block cost. So it's really comes in handy. So when you're losing stamina, go to the Frost Staff, block with Frost Staff. Now it's costing Magicka. If you're blocking Frost and you need to block with stamina, go to Shield. Okay, Silver Leash, really great changes with this ability. It's a pull system. So now if anything gets out of my range, I can pull it into me and taunt it and keep in a lot of, contain the situation for my party. I'm also going to use Radiant Aura. I'm going to slot this. Why? Because it's a utility. When I utilize this ability, I'm applying the minor magic steal in a radius of 28 meters to all affected targets. Like all the ads, any trash, any boss within that radius is getting applied minor magic steal. What that allows me and my party members to do is regain magicka when we're damaging them. So great utility. Also, while it's slotted, minor fortitude, minor endurance, minor intellect. That increases all our recoveries. And then, of course, aggressive Warhorn. No surprise. All right? No big surprise. So we have a lot of shielding system. That's why this is called Shelled. A lot of shield system. And with the champion points, we can say the same thing. So we're going to take Bless at 6.17. We're not using a lot of healing effects, but with the Templar, you can switch out abilities. And if you want to put healing effects in there, you can. And that's why I put a couple points into Blast. Elemental Expert, 6.17. Spell Erosion, 4,113. Coming over to the Astronaut, I want at least 30 points so I can get that repost. Why? Because I'm blocking. That returns damage. All right, so to do that, I'm putting Physical Weapon Expert 7.33, Master at Arms at 904. Now, I want 120 into the ritual. Why? Because the Last Stand. If I fall below 20% health, I gain that major heroism. Comes in handy. So I'm going to put Thaumaturge at 1208. So if I decide to use my spears attacks, it scales from Thaumaturge. So I can just swap in and out abilities as needed. Very flexible. Okay, Piercing is going to be 4,210, Mighty 909. Coming over to the Steed, we got 40 points into Ironclad. And over here we have 43 and 43 split between Hardy and Elemental Defender. Thick Skin, 8.23. Bastion, we're using a lot of shield stacking. So 1602, Quick Recovery, we're a tank. We're going to take advantage of that, 1208. Heavy Armor Focus, we need to make up just a little bit to get that towards the cap. So 10 points for 1003. Coming over to the tower, Warlord 10.22, Sprinter 14.31. We're going to reduce that cost as much as possible. Tenacity 6.17. Arcanus and Mooncalf are both split at 812. Healthy, once again, we're going to take advantage of our health recovery with this build, so 10.15. We're going to put Shadow Ward at 21.18 and Tumbling at 611, and that is how the champion points are allocated. Once again, guys, a lot of things you can do, a lot of flexibility. If I want to use Puncturing Sweeps, I can do that. Remember, it keeps... that would apply my passive, and then on top of it, I heal 42% of the damage done, though I don't be damaging a lot. That's a lot of healing. So if I need to switch out that ability, I can do that. If I want to go ahead with Power of Light, I can offer that to my party, offer the debuff, right? So that'll apply Minor Fracture, Minor Breach. I can also do that. Really nice, because also I can apply that nice passive of the Illuminate, granting Minor Sorcery to my party members. Restoring Light, I can even, put self-sustaining heals, cleanse, all sorts of stuff with Templar Tanks. Templar Tanks are really good. They're really great. So this build is just focused around the shield stack and the health recovery. It's pretty much the way it is and how we're going to set up mitigation between our block system. So really, really good. I really like this build. I hope you guys do as well. I enjoy coming up with these builds. These are viable. Now, if someone's going to ask, can I take this in a vet trial? Absolutely. This is optimized to set either for vet DLCs or, yes, you can take this in vet trial. This would be one of those builds that can be functional in vet trial situations. All right, so it is all going to depend on what your other tanks are wearing, or if you're a solo tank. You might have to make a couple adjustments, but Templar tanks work great in vet trials. Every tank does. You just have to make adjustments. All right, so there it is. There's my disclaimer. If anybody has any questions or comments, please post below. Once again, I'm Mr. Craven, this is CSO Daily, and as always, thank you, and have a nice day.